Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Dear student teachers, today we are going to look at Lecture 6 of Functional English 1. Lecture 6 is about following and giving directions. And you know that in this course, in every lecture, we focus on a particular speech function. So far, we have learned how to greet others, how to thank others, how to invite others, how to accept invitations, how to decline invitations, and so on. Today, we are going to learn how to follow and give directions. Very often, we have to travel and we have to ask the way. So in this lesson, in this lecture, we will see how to give directions to the others and how to follow directions when someone else gives us the directions. We will begin by looking at the course contents by looking at the objectives of the previous lecture. In lecture number 5, we learned how to differentiate between regrets and apology. Lecture number 5 was about regrets and apologies. So we learned the difference between regrets and apologies. If you can recall, by regret we mean that something has happened and we wish it had not happened. We would be happier if it had been otherwise. Whereas apology means that we have done something wrong and we want to we take full responsibility for it, and we express the feeling of sorry for not doing it correctly. In lecture number 5, we also learnt expressions of regrets and expressions of apologies. And I hope that you have been making a phrase book, as I have been advising throughout my lectures, that you should make a phrase book and you should note down the important expressions and language structures that are useful for various speech functions. Okay, in lecture number 5, we also learned how to accept an apology graciously, how to accept it ungraciously, and how not to accept it, or how to pretend that you haven't even listened to an apology. And in the end, we also learned how to write a letter of apology. So lecture 5 was really important, because very often we have to express apologies, we regret on situations that happened, and I hope you have learnt those expressions pretty well and you are using it in your everyday speech, and you feel comfortable writing a letter of apology. Now we move on to lecture number 6. The objectives of the lecture number 6 are that if you follow the instructions of this lecture, you should be able to follow directions. So if someone gives directions in English, you should be able to follow it. And you know how important it is. If you have lost, if you can't find your way, you are in England or you are in another country where only English is spoken, and someone directs you to a place, and if you can't follow directions, you can imagine the consequences. Well, luckily, you are not in a foreign country yet, but you might go to a foreign country one day, and you should be able to understand English directions clearly so that you can follow them. The second thing that you will learn today in lecture number 6 is how to structure clear directions. So if you have to direct someone to a particular place, what should be the structure of that direction? It's not easy giving clear, straight and direct directions, because most of the times these people catch us offhand. We are not prepared, and most of the people say that it is easy to get to somewhere, but it is difficult directing others to a particular place, because for that we need a lot of imagination skills. We need to picture the whole location in our mind. We need to picture the situation in which the person is in, and then accordingly in the context we have to guide the person to the place he wants to go to. All the people are not equally familiar with the street names and the places, so we have to keep their situation in mind, and then we have to give clear directions. And these directions, they should be structured clearly. Otherwise, if they are confusing, they won't really help. Okay, and in lecture number 6, we will also read a city map. Reading a map is a skill, and most of the times when we think of reading, we only think of reading text. But in fact, information can be presented either in verbal form or in pictorial form. So you have lots of graphic organizers. You have maps, you have tables, you have charts, you have graphs, you have illustrations, and you have photographs. All these graphic organizers actually convey information, and reading them is an art. It is part of the literacy program. So understanding a text written in English, Urdu or any other language is one kind of skill, and interpreting visual organizers is a study skill, and it is much broader. You know, these days computers have icons, so little children who do not even yet understand English or Urdu, even they can play the programs just because visually information is conveyed to them. They can click on an icon, and this means that visual information is there, and we need to accurately interpret it. Now, some of these visual organizers are not easy to interpret. For example, maps. Maps have their own conventions. For example, you know that when you are reading a map, north is always upwards, south is downwards. And you know that map is usually scaled, right? So 1 kilometer is equal to 1 inch on the paper, for example. Or 100 kilometers is equal to 1 inch on the paper. So you have to convert the scale in your mind in order to understand the real distance. Similarly, maps have other conventions. There are different signs that are used, and if we don't understand those signs, it is difficult to interpret those maps. So we will try to learn how to interpret a city map. Some of these things you already know. Some of them will be reinforced. Then we will learn some sub-skills that are related to following and giving directions. And these sub-skills include using vocabulary related to transitions. I'll explain when we come to the word transitions themselves. We will also look at the imperative form of sentences, because usually for giving directions, we use the imperative form of sentence. It's like giving an order. Sit down, come here, go straight, walk a little bit. All these are imperative forms of sentences. We'll talk about them in a minute. And of course, for giving directions, we need to be good at understanding prepositions of place and motion. There are different kinds of prepositions. There are prepositions of time, there are prepositions of duration. But in this lecture, we will only focus on two kinds of prepositions, and they are prepositions of place. You can call them prepositions of position or prepositions of location. And we will also look at prepositions of motion or movement. If something is already lying on the table, I would say the mouse is on the table. Right? This is location. And if something is falling onto the table, I'll say the ball is falling onto the table. So onto is a preposition of motion, whereas on is a preposition of location or preposition of place. We'll learn about these things, and they would help us in formulating better directions and also understanding or following directions. So we begin with prepositions. Well, probably you are already familiar with prepositions, but just a quick recap. If you look at the picture here, you have a little red ball lying on top of a square. And what preposition do we use for it? On. So we'd say the ball is on the box. Here we would say the ball is under the box. Here we would say the ball is in the box. Okay. Instead of in, we can also say the ball is inside the house, inside the hut. And here we could say the ball is outside the hut, outside the box. The ball is in front of the box. The ball is behind the box. And here you would look at the preposition of movement, the preposition of motion. The ball is dropping or falling into the box. You see a little arrow here? This arrow suggests movement. So I would like you to compare it with in. The box is already, the ball is already inside the box. So we'll say the ball is in the box. Whereas here, the ball is moving into the box. The ball is falling into the box. So you understand the difference between in and into? In is preposition of a place. Into is preposition of a movement. So for example, you would say, the boys are swimming in the swimming pool. The boys are swimming in the swimming pool. Whereas you would say, the boys are jumping into the swimming pool. The boys are jumping into the swimming pool. So we must remember the difference between in and into, on and onto. On and onto have the similar difference. The ball is on the table. The ball is bouncing onto the table. Onto is preposition of movement, and on is the preposition of place or location. Okay, look at the next preposition here, out of. The ball is coming out of the box. Or you can give someone an instruction, you can say, please bring the ball out of the box. And here again you see an outward arrow. So this is a preposition of movement. The next one is between two objects. So the ball is between the two boxes. The next preposition is really important for giving directions. Around. So you can say the coffee shop is around the corner. Okay? Or you can say go round the corner. So if you just look at the ball here, the ball is moving in a semicircle around this box. And another word that we can use for it is go round the box. The ball is going round the box. Around the box or round the box. Here I would say the ball is moving along the road, along the path. Along means parallel to the path. If you just look at these two lines, the arrow is parallel to it. So you say just go along the road. Whereas here you go across the road. Okay. Here you are going along the road, here you are going across the road. Similarly, for directions, very often English people use down and up. Go down the street, go up the street. And I think I don't need to explain those in details. So it is a quick recap of prepositions, and I hope that you would keep these points in mind while we actually give directions or follow directions. Okay, now we move on to location. We have just learned prepositions of location, and some of these prepositions you already know. So keeping that knowledge in mind, we are going to look at this city map here, and we are going to make statements or sentences about the location of various places here. For example, look at this police station here. Police station. If you have to tell someone where the police station is, how would you say it in English? Yes, try it. You could probably say that police station is on the main street. Rather, the police station is in Main Street, between the store and the bank. Okay, so you can say the police station is in Main Street, between the store and the bank. Another way of describing its location could be the police station is in Main Street, opposite the drug store. The police station is in Main Street, opposite the drug store. Okay. Now, if I ask you where the movie theater is, you can say the movie theater is next to the restaurant. The movie theater is next to the restaurant. Or you can say the movie theater is opposite the hospital in 2nd Street. The movie theater is in 2nd Street, opposite the hospital. And how about the library? Where is the library? The library is in 1st Street, opposite the school and the post office. All right. So you see, for location we need to make simple sentences in order to follow directions, and it is useful that you practice making such sentences by working in pairs, and one of you can ask where, excuse me, where is the police station? Excuse me, where is the restaurant? Excuse me, where is the train station? And the second person can reply by looking at this location, this chart here. Okay, we move on and we look at some useful phrases or expressions that we can use for asking directions. So if you look at this, it's language for asking directions. So far we have only practiced language for asking locations, but now we are going to practice language for asking directions. So here you look at the substitution table. Substitution table is that you can substitute a part of a sentence with any one of these words or phrases. So for example, you can say, can you tell me the way to the post office? Or can you tell me the way to the nearest post office? I can replace the way to, can you tell me how to get to the nearest post office? Can you tell me how to get to the nearest post office, or I can say, do you know the way to the bus stop? Do you know the way to the bus stop? Similarly, we can say, do you know how to get to Bush House? Do you know how to get to Bush House? Okay. So you can see that from each column we have to choose one of the words or phrases. Can you tell me, do you know? You can start either with can you tell me, or you can start with do you know. And then you can pick up either the phrase the way to or how to get to. And then this is in bracket. This means it is really optional. So if you want to use it, it's fine. Otherwise, you just leave it alone. Okay. Now, I would like you to note down these expressions for asking directions, because they would really be handy when later on I'll ask you to perform or practice dialogues using these expressions. So, how do you ask direction to a place? You can start your sentence by can you tell me? Can you tell me the way to Covent Garden? Can you tell me the way to Trafalgar Square? Do you know how to get to the toilet? Do you know how to get to the bus stop? Do you know how to get to the nearest post office? Can you tell me how to get to the nearest post office? Can you tell me how to get to the Bush House? Sorry, can you tell me how to get to Bush House? Do you know how to get to Trafalgar Square? So you can make any of these sentences by using these phrases and words from different columns of this substitution table. I would like you to note them down. Now we move on, and now we look at language for giving directions. Previously we looked at language for asking directions, and now we are going to look at language for giving directions. You can see here for left, we can ask someone to go left, turn left, it's on the left, take a left, take the second turning on the left. Okay, so these phrases are pretty common when you are giving directions, and these are all in imperative forms. By imperative form of the sentence, we mean that we use the first form of the verb, go, turn, take. Okay. It's on the left is a descriptive sentence. It's not really, it's a statement, it's not imperative, but the rest of the sentences like go left, turn left, take a left, take the second turning on the left, these are all imperative sentences. For right, we can use pretty much the same structures. We can say go right, turn right, it's on the right, take a right, or take the second turning on the right. Okay. And for ahead, we can say go ahead, go straight ahead, go straight on. Of course, this list is not exhaustive. It is merely, these are merely the basic sentences that you can start with, and gradually you will, you can practice more complicated, more complex sentences. Okay, now we look at transition words. Well, don't be frightened. The name transition might sound unfamiliar to you, but transition words are really very simple words like first, then, next, after that, wait a second, no, sorry, and all these. These kind of words are called transition words. What do we mean by transition? Transition is a phase between two transition is a phase between two states. Okay. So transition words are those words that give us an idea where the conversation or dialogue is moving. Okay. To give you an example, I can say that transition words are like road signposts. So if you are traveling towards Lahore from Islamabad on the motorway, you will find various signposts on the road. You will know where the exit is, you will know where the next intersection is. These signposts would inform you where the hotel or restaurant is, where the fuel station is, how far is the next toll plaza, etc., etc. These signposts tell you as a traveler, they inform you. Similarly, if you think of traveling through a text, when you are reading, when you are listening, you are actually traveling through a text. And these transition words really help you follow the content. And these transition words are important in normal discourse, but they are very important when you are giving directions. Because like signposts, they would help you in giving clear and straight and direct instructions and directions. So it is important that you use these transition words and you pay attention to these transition words when you listen to someone giving directions. So for example, you can say first, go ahead, go straight, then take first turning on your left, next walk a little, after that you will find the hospital just around the corner opposite to the school, right? And if the speaker says some other words like wait a second, no, sorry, this means that whatever information you have processed so far, you need to revise it because probably the speaker made a mistake and he wants you to revise it. So we need to look at these transition words, and these transition words will really help us in forming clear directions, and they will help us in following the directions as well. So don't consider them as simple. Transition words are really very important. Okay, now we move on to directions. I want you to study this map thoroughly before we do the activity. If you just look at this map here, first of all you have the convention here, N, S, E and W. There are 4 arrows pointing towards various directions. N stands for north, S for south, E for east and W for west. Okay. This is the normal convention that we use for maps. Then study the map itself. You have this Oak Street, and this one is River Street, this one is Grove Street, okay, and here you have 4th Avenue, 5th Avenue, this one is Elm Street, okay, this one is 5th Avenue, this one is 2nd Avenue, and this one is 3rd Avenue, 4th Avenue, 5th Avenue, and this is the Moon River. Okay, the Moon River is passing through the city, and on this Moon River you have various bridges, and they have named them quite interestingly. You have the Bird Bridge, you have the Cat Bridge here, you have the Dog Bridge here. Okay, and so anyway, you can study it, and then we are going to look at directions. Okay, now suppose that you are standing just outside the city high school here. You are standing just outside the city high school here, and you have a route here that leads you all the way to city library. Okay, someone asks you, excuse me, how can I get to the city library? Or someone asks you, excuse me, can you tell me where the nearest city library is? Okay. Now, how would you respond to this? How would you give directions in response to this? Okay, one way to say it is go north along the First Avenue. Go north along the First Avenue. Then turn left into Lake Boulevard. Then turn left into Lake Boulevard. Then take your first turn on the left into Main Street. Then take your first left into Main Street. Okay? Keep on moving, keep on going ahead. Go past the first intersection, go past the second intersection, and turn right from the next intersection. Turn right from the third intersection. You will see City Library on your right, opposite the cemetery. You will see the City Library on your right, opposite the cemetery. I repeat. Someone is standing outside City High School and he asks you, "Excuse me, how can I get to the nearest City Library?" You can respond by saying, go north into First Avenue, turn left into Lake Boulevard, take your first left from the next intersection, or take your first left into Main Street, go past the first intersection, go past the second intersection, turn right from the third intersection, walk a little or drive a little, and you will find City Library on your right, opposite the cemetery. Okay. You might ask what cemetery means. It means the graveyard. Okay. All right. So there are important expressions that you have learnt here, like intersection. Go past the intersection. Go past means don't stop here. Pass by. So go past the police station, you can say. Go past the city court. All right. So this means keep on walking, don't stop there. Okay. Past is the second form of pass. So it's like pass the first intersection, pass the second intersection. But in English, usually we say go past the first intersection, go past the second intersection. Okay. Now, of course, this kind of direction is useful if we already have a map in front of us. But if the person is not familiar with the names of these streets, then this direction won't really be very helpful. So instead of using the names of Lake Boulevard and Main Street, what we can do is we can say go along this road, go straight ahead until you reach the lake park. Okay? Until you reach the lake park, or until you reach a park. You will see a park on your left. Go along that park. Go along that park, and then make or turn left into the first road. Turn left into the first road. So instead of using the names of these streets, you can use you can simply use the general names like park, road, instead of giving the specific names. And for that you can say first, second, third, or you can say go straight ahead until you find a lake in front of you. Go straight ahead until you find a lake in front of you. Then turn left along the park. Then turn left along the park. And then turn left into the first road that you see. Okay? Go past the police station and the country hospital. Okay? Or you can say, you will see police station on your right and the country hospital on your left. Keep on walking ahead. You will see city court on your right. Keep on walking until you reach the third intersection. Then turn right and you will find the city library on your right opposite the cemetery. So there is no hard and fast rule, and in fact you don't need to copy what I just said. In fact, you can be very creative and you can use various expressions for directions here. Now let's try something different. Suppose that this time you are standing in the 4th Avenue just outside the elementary school. Okay? And this time you want to get to the post office. Okay? So you are here in the 4th Avenue outside the elementary school and you want to get to the post office. Someone asks you to guide you, to direct him. He asks, "Excuse me, how can I get to the nearest post office?" Excuse me, how can I get to the nearest post office? And you can say, well, wait a second, yeah, go up the 4th Avenue, go up the street, you will find a river in front of you, turn right, go across the bridge, you will find a park in front of you, turn right, and then turn left into the first intersection. Turn left into the first road. Turn left. Go past the first intersection, go past the second intersection, you will find a police station on your right, go past the police station, and you will find post office at the end of the street on your right. Okay? So this is one way of giving directions. Now, of course, it would be very interesting if you work in pairs and you have a map like this in front of you, and one of you asks how to get to some place and the other person guides with complete directions. Okay, let's move on. All right, now that is enough talk by me. Now you are going to listen to a dialogue in which you are going to listen to a person actually, and she is going to direct you. If you just look at the map here, the red spot here, it shows your current position. You are here, okay, and you want to get to the nearest post office. Okay, in the conversation, in the recording, in the audio, you are going to listen to someone giving you directions to get to the nearest post office. Okay, listen to it clearly and then mark where you ultimately arrive. There are different letters of the alphabet from A to X. So where does the speaker lead you to? After listening to the direction, where do you get? If you follow the directions clearly, then your answer should be correct. Okay, I repeat, you are going to listen to an audio in which a person is going to direct from here, from this red spot. You follow the directions, and after listening to this audio, you will tell me where you arrive, whether you arrive at H, whether you arrive at P, whether you arrive at D. So where exactly you arrive after following the instructions. This listening activity is from BBC Learning. So I would like you to be attentive. We are going to play the audio for this listening activity.
Hello, excuse me. Can you tell me where the nearest post office is?
Yeah, sure. You go straight up the street, take the second turn on the right, keep going along there across one junction, and it's right there on your left.
Thanks.
Oh no, hang on. Wait a minute. There's a closer one. Walk up this street, take the first left, and there's a post office on your right at the next junction. Sorry, I forgot about that one.
Thanks again.
Okay, so you have just listened to the audio. So where do you arrive? Which letter of the alphabet? If you said F and N, you are right, because the speaker actually leads you to F first, and then the speaker realizes that there is another post office which is nearer, and it is at N at this point. If you were able to follow it, congratulations. If you are not able to follow it, it's okay, because it'll take some time. So maybe in the beginning you are not able to follow it, but I would like you to listen to it again if you can. Okay, this is the listening activity. Now we move on, and now we are going to listen to the native speakers. In fact, right now you listen to the native speakers. We are going to listen more to the native speakers, and this audio clip is taken from BBC Learning English, and in this program you are going to look at language that you can use when asking for and giving directions. So the situation is something like this. You are going to listen to a reporter. Her name is Helen. Okay, you are going to listen to a person, a reporter. Her name is Helen, and she tries to find her way around London and in the office. And we look at different expressions she hears on her journeys. I would like you to pay attention to it, although it is by the native speakers, but this audio is meant for the beginners and pre-intermediate learners of English language. So things will be explained to you, and slowly the expressions that are used will be explained. So don't panic, just be attentive and keep on listening. If you have missed something, you don't need to worry about it, because in the handouts I have also provided you with the transcript of this audio file. But my advice is that first time you don't read the transcript. You better listen to the audio file first time, and if you can't make sense, then what you can do is you can listen to it again, and this time you can look at the transcript. So if you have the printed form of transcript in front of you, you can download it from the handouts, get it printed, and look at it while you listen to it. But as a first attempt, you should try to listen to the audio and make sense of it. But if you feel uncomfortable and if you think that you can't make sense of it, then as a later strategy, you can actually read the text, put the text in front of you, the transcript in front of you while you listen to it. Okay, now are you ready to listen to this audio clip? Okay, here we go.
Hello, welcome to bbclearningenglish.com. I'm Jackie Dalton. Today's programme is all about giving and understanding directions. Our reporter Helen is new to London and has been out asking people for directions to various different places. We'll take a look at some of the key phrases that come up as she tries to find her way around. Let's start with a simple one.
Can you tell me how to get to the nearest toilet, please?
To the nearest toilet, yes, you just go down the stairs here, turn right, and it's just on your right.
Nice and easy. Turn right or turn left, a simple way of telling people in which direction they should go. And if you want to describe the position of a particular place in relation to the person, you can say it's on your right or on your left. Let's listen to that clip once more.
Can you tell me how to get to the nearest toilet, please?
To the nearest toilet, yes, you just go down the stairs here, turn right, and it's just on your right.
Now listen out for a slightly different way of telling someone to turn left or right.
Can I ask you how to get to the nearest bus stop, please?
Just go straight to the bottom there.
Just take a left
To the
turn.
left hand.
That's it.
Yeah, it's just round the corner.
That's another way of telling someone to go in a particular direction. Earlier we heard the phrase turn right or turn left. You could also say take a left or take a left turn.
BBC Learning English.
A word that's already come up 5 times is just. Listen to how it's used.
Nearest toilet, yes, you just go down the stairs here, turn right, and it's just on your right.
Just go straight to the bottom there.
Just take a left
To the
turn.
left hand.
That's it.
Yeah, it's just round the corner.
Just is a sort of filler and a way of suggesting that what the person has to do isn't difficult. Just go down the stairs somehow sounds easier than go down the stairs. Listen again.
Nearest toilet, yes, you just go down the stairs here, turn right, and it's just on your right.
Just go straight to the bottom there.
Just take a left
To the
turn.
left hand.
That's it.
Yeah, it's just round the corner.
One thing that can be confusing when it comes to directions is the use of the word right. Listen to this clip. The word right is used in 3 different ways.
Do you know how to get to Covent Garden?
Yeah, you just go to the end of the road, go left, and go right, and take the second right around the Aldrich Theatre. Go right up there, then go left, and Covent Garden Market will just be right in front of you. Just walk down into a big...
Let's break that down.
To the end of the road, go left, then go right.
Simple enough. Go right means the same as turn right or take a right. What about here?
Around the Aldrich Theatre. Go right up there, then go left.
Go right up there could be interpreted in 2 different ways, and even a native English speaker could get confused here. The man could have meant turn right, or he could have meant go all the way up there. Go right up there, go all the way up there. We say things like go right to the end of the road to mean go all the way to the end of the road. Very different from taking a right turn. A clue is often in the prepositions. If you're telling someone to turn, it often comes with the preposition at. For example, go right at the main road. Whereas the preposition up, go right up the main road, tends to mean go all the way up the main road. But if you're not sure, just ask. So that's 2 different uses of right. What about the third?
And Covent Garden Market will just be right in front of you. Just walk down into a big...
Covent Garden will just be right in front of you. He could also have said Covent Garden will be directly in front of you or immediately in front of you. It's not far away. Right in front of you in this context means it's not far away.
BBC Learning English.
Let's listen to the next set of directions. Listen out for an expression in this clip which means it's very easy to see.
I was wondering if I could ask you how to get to the nearest tube station.
You could use Holborn Tube Station, which is straight down Harton Street to turn right, and keep going up Kingsway and you won't miss it. It's on the right.
Did you spot the expression? You won't miss it is a nice way of saying it's very easy to see. Now listen to the beginning of this sentence.
And keep going up Kingsway and you won't miss it.
Keep going is a good way of telling someone they'll have to walk or drive for a while before they get to a certain point. Let's end with a couple of questions to check you've understood some of today's language. Which is correct? The building is at your right, or the building is on your right? The second is correct. We use the preposition on The building is on your right. Which of these would be a correct way of telling someone to turn left? Take a left or have a left? The first one is correct. Have a left doesn't make sense. Take a left is fine. Which of these phrases means turn right? Go right to the end of the road or go right at the end of the road? The second one, with the preposition at, means turn right. Go right up the road usually means go all the way up the road. That's all for now, but keep practicing your English with our quizzes, games and programmes on bbclearningenglish.com.
Great. So I hope you have understood most of what you have heard, because in today's lecture, in lecture number 6, you have learnt all the expressions that have been used in this audio, and you have also learnt various transition words and prepositions, and you have practiced some direction before, so I don't think it will be difficult for you to understand it. But if you did find it difficult to understand, of course you can look at the transcript and listen to it again. Now we move on. Okay, now here you have some practice situations. For this, you will have to download another handout. It is called Giving Directions. And in this handout, you have complete instructions that will help you practice asking and giving directions. So you need to download the handout, which is called Giving Directions, and you need to find a partner, and then you can follow the instructions given in this handout in order to practice asking and giving directions. Once you have completed it, you can move on to the next handout. The next handout is called Directions, and once again you need a partner to practice it. I suggest that you go through these two handouts thoroughly and analyze them thoroughly, and before you actually practice it. So you need a partner for this. Once you have found a pair, once you have made pairs, once you have found a partner, you can follow the directions given with a partner. Now, I cannot overemphasize practice, and throughout the lectures in future, I will keep on giving you practice situations, because just listening to me, just listening to a lecture won't really help you much. Actually, it's like learning driving, as I said earlier. If you yourself won't sit in the driving seat, you won't learn anything. If you think that you can learn driving simply by looking at the instructor driving a car, it won't help. Or let me give you another example. If you want to learn swimming, you can't learn swimming either by reading books or by looking at other people swimming. What you need to do is, you need to be bold enough, you need to be courageous enough, you need to jump into the swimming pool, and you need to move around your arms and feet. In the beginning, you might find it troublesome, you might find it inconvenient, but gradually you would feel confident, and you would see that you have become a confident swimmer yourself. Same is the case with language learning. So after all the directions, after all the input that I have given you through this lecture, you need to practice it. Okay? I wish I had some magical wand that I would touch you and you could speak wonderful English, but unfortunately I don't have any such thing, and nothing like this really exists. The only thing that will make you a proficient English speaker is speaking practice itself. So you need to speak more, you need to listen more, you need to read more, you need to write more. And even if you don't feel comfortable about it at the moment, and I know some of you might even find it difficult to follow me because I have started delivering lectures in English only. But bear with me, be patient. I know it is difficult in the beginning, but I will use other strategies. I won't use Urdu much. I will use English most of the times, but either I'll speak very slowly. Second thing is that I would use very simple vocabulary, as probably all the words that I speak, you understand them, I'm sure. Don't you? And if I speak any difficult word, I will explain it. So I speak slowly, I use easy vocabulary, and I repeat a lot of things. So if you haven't understood it first time, just be patient, keep on listening, and you would find that second time when I use it, you will understand it much better. So those of you who are thinking at the back of their minds that I should speak more often in Urdu or in other languages, please bear with me. I know as a teacher, as we have experienced, that it is important that you listen to English, because the more you will be exposed to English, the better English speakers you would become. Okay, coming back to this, what I was saying, that you need to pay special attention to practice situations. So please don't skip these. Don't think that you have learnt the guidelines and you understand everything. Understanding is one thing, but doing it is quite another. It is only when you actually do it, you realize that you don't really understand it. Going back to the same example again, you all understand how cars are driven, you all understand how people swim, but it's only when you actually do it yourself, you begin to realize that understanding is something different from doing it. So I request that you pay special attention to these practice situations and find a partner and do it at home. Okay, with this we come almost to the end of lecture number 6. In lecture number 6, we learned how to follow directions when someone else is giving directions in English, how to follow it. And actually you did listen to 2 listening audios. The first one was really very brief, but you actually had to follow the speaker on a map. And the second one was like a complete lecture, and you learned a lot of new phrases, a lot of new techniques for following and giving directions. Okay, the second thing that we learned was how to make our directions clear, how to structure it properly. This is also very important. This is something which is not based on your English competence. It is based on your general IQ level. It is based on your intelligence. Because sometimes it is difficult to give directions even in your own language. So it's not a matter of what language you are speaking, it's a matter of practice. And if you follow best practices as advised in this lecture, and if you follow transition words, if you follow the set conventions, usually it is easier to give clear directions. Then in today's lecture, in lecture number 6, we also learned how to read a city map. And I can repeat that interpreting visual organizers like a map, a chart, a graph, a pie chart, a bar graph, an illustration, a photograph is as important as understanding the verbal messages written in the form of a text. And in fact, you should learn how to visually present your own information and you should also learn how to interpret visual information. One of the important skills in language is to convert visual information into verbal information and to convert verbal information into visual information. We'll talk about it in some other lecture afterwards, but today we have started interpreting visual organizers, and today we looked at a city map and we found how to interpret it. Okay, we also learned some sub-skills that are involved in performing these journal speech functions. We learned vocabulary, which is related to transitions. That means you learned various transition words. Those transition words were not new to you, but you learned how important these are in giving directions and in following directions. You also learned which form of sentences is often used in giving directions. It is called imperative form. Imperative form is very easy to make. You use the first form of the verb, and it is like giving orders. But in order to make it sound more polite, you can add the word please. Please turn right, please go straight ahead, etc., etc. Then of course we also learned prepositions of place and motion, and these prepositions of place and motion are related to giving directions. Hope that you have learned a lot through lecture number 6, and in future you would feel comfortable and convenient giving directions to someone and following directions when someone else is giving you directions. So thank you very much. With that, we end today's lecture. I hope you enjoyed the lecture, and I hope you have learned quite a lot. Thank you very much. Goodbye.